Welcome back to another episode of Just Kidding, Man. I'm Jose.
I'm Kong.
And I'm Professor M.
All right. So earlier this week, we went to the comic book shop, and we had an interesting experience.
Yeah. So usually on Wednesdays it's a new comic book day. So we try to go there. We try to be like the first people there so we could get our comics, because we're nerds.
Yeah.
It's whatever. So we get there early, and then me and Jose are in there. Then someone else walks in. All right. So then
It's weird because we're having like a conversation, and we started talking about Stan Lee and Stan Lee's passing, and
Sad times.
yeah, and the owner Josh, he's like that day was super awkward. Like it was so weird. Like everybody kept coming up to me and was like, "Hey man, sorry." like like what the
like his
fuck?
dad
Like if
died
it
or
was his
something.
grandpa or something. You know what I mean?
how are you feeling, man? You okay?
He's
You need
like,
you need some help?
I'm
You
okay,
want a hug,
man.
buddy? You want a hug?
Yeah, he's like, I'm okay.
I'm
Like I didn't know the guy.
Yeah.
And plus like he stopped writing comics like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, so
Long
it was-
time ago.
yeah, so it was like whatever for him, and he's like, "No, dude, like I didn't cry." He's like, "Did you guys cry?" We're like,
Like,
"Nah."
no.
I was like, "Dude, I got a comic signed, but that was it. It's not like
Yeah,
I knew the
I
guy."
didn't know the guy.
Yeah.
So
I
this
wanted
other
to
guy.
meet him at some point, but
He,
too
no,
late
he
now.
did. You can event later on. Like if you wanted to go right now, I can help you in the process. just like sign stuff over to me, then we'll be good.
and like this weird guy just like comes in, and then he's just like really awkward. He's like, "I cried." Like, what? He's like, "Yeah, I cried when Stan Lee died." I was like, okay, like at least pretend you didn't. At least say that you didn't cry so that we don't think you're kind of weird. But then he started going into like an awkward like rant too, where he was like, "Yeah, like Spider-Man," and he goes like into like a lot of details of Spider-Man and also like X-Men or something like that.
Mhm.
So he was just like weird because he was like,
Ah, man, you just shattered one of my dreams.
Hey.
Actually, sorry. keep going.
so okay, so when Gotti, we have a question for you.
No. But before that, so we're leaving. Then as we're leaving the comic book shop, I asked Jose a question. Hey, Jose, man, do we sound like that guy? Like I know we're nerds, but like that guy was like another level.
Like awkward and
Like,
weird.
is that how we sound to normal people?
Yeah.
Like when we talk about comic books or like Pokemon
or
or
like-
like random stuff.
or
So when
like
we
an-
would play Pokemon, we would get Gotti to drive us around,
Yeah.
and then we would talk about Pokemon, just random stuff like, "Oh, hey, use your charge move, attack."
Yeah.
The
or
IV
like-
this one's shitty.
There's like regular talk like, oh, Bulbasaur, Pikachu,
Yeah.
and there's like you should charge TM and PvP
yeah.
and the IVs and like
And
Yeah.
what do you say when we say all
What-
that stuff?
what-
Like,
how-
like I'm a level 100. Like,
It's awkward because I don't really know how to fit in, so I just go, "My name is Jeff," or "I'm a level 100. I'm way above that." But to me, it sounds just like a different language.
Oh,
And I'm
my
just like,
goodness.
oh god, this is why they never get laid.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So we're just like wondering what it's like for like normal
Yeah,
people, like what we sound like when we're like, "Oh yeah,
are
this
you saying we're not normal?
no, we're not."
No, we're not.
Wait, this is our
This-
normal though.
No, this is how I know we're not normal. Look what you got in this box. So he got stuff CGC signed, graded. So graded is when you put your stuff in this, and you're not supposed to open it. It preserves it forever. So like, what do you think about this, Gotti? Like, in your honest, normal opinion, like, we get these like signed and then we get it like protected. And you can't read it no more. What do you think? Honest opinion from the normal person.
Okay, well, when he got those in the mail, he was so happy, and then he was like, "Oh, I haven't even read this one."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Well, then open it and read it." He's like, "You don't do that." And I was like, "So how are you gonna read it?" And he's like, "I'm gonna get a different copy." And I was like, "Well, that's stupid. Just
He's like,
read it."
That's extra.
I was like, "That's pinata material. That's
That's hella funny.
just stop."
So we just.
so that's what it's like for
Yeah.
girls when they think about
My whole life's a lie.
I thought we sound pretty cool talking about stuff like, bro, I just got a IV 100 Pokemon right there, and like, oh, where's it at? Let's go get it. Let's go.
I thought this whole time
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Oh my god, like look how confident he sounds.
Yeah.
Like that's hot.
That's not how
That's
it's
sexy." You know what I
sounds
mean?
So confident
These
and
nerds are
happy.
awesome. These nerds
Wow.
are really awesome.
Like,
Where can I get your
this
number?
whole time I thought that's how girls thought. I was like, "Oh, jeez."
Like,
Wow.
oh my god, he sounds so like confident, like he's like so happy and
Yeah,
like
confident.
fulfilled in his life.
I'm gonna throw myself right at him. Like, you know what I mean? Jeez.
Just comes up. No.
That's not what it's
No.
like at all. It is not. It's like the complete opposite.
Oh, jeez.
It's
Mm.
pretty bad. I'd rather
Uh.
be talking about the NFL than anything else.
On the other side, we're like, we don't watch sports.
Watch
Like,
sport.
Hey, I watch.
I watch UFC. That's like
yeah,
the
I
only
watch
thing I
UFC.
watch. Yeah.
Well, I used to anyway.
No, yeah. I could watch UFC.
Yeah,
all
having
day.
a girlfriend like limits your time.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Well,
so
there's
that
a lot of
experience
cool things
was
they
an
used to
eye
do.
opener
yeah.
at the
So
comic book shops. Like, wow, we sound like that to the normal people.
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Scotty. Thank you for opening up our eyes and letting us know from your perspective what
a
it's
normal
like.
person expected.
What it's like.
What it's like.
See us nerds talk about comics and Pokemon Go.
And other random stuff.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. You could have asked any girl you ever interacted with, but
They might judge us more.
Yeah. Whatever.
probably,
Yeah.
probably it's okay. It's not like I judge you out loud.
Out loud. That's
And it's
funny.
not like you have other girls you talk to anyway.
Yeah. Well.
Uh,
Okay. Well. Thank you. So
I got awkward. Sorry.
yeah, that just brought my
Self-esteem down?
My self-esteem
your
down.
self-esteem down a
Like-
little bit lower.
I didn't know you had self-esteem.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
Mine's
I
as
bought
low
some
as it
from
can
some
get.
tweaker last week.
I think you were telling me like a couple hours ago that like you were telling your coworker that you wanted to like die, and he was like, "What do you say?"
Oh no! So I was like, "Fuck, dude! I should have just killed myself." He goes, "No, don't kill yourself. Just go be a tweaker or something. At least you'll be alive." Like, really? Yeah, I'd rather you be a tweaker and be alive.
Oh, hell
I
no.
want to just kill myself right now. No, just go smoke some meth. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Like,
If I ever see you like be a tweaker, I will put you out of your misery
Thank
for
you.
you.
Hey,
Yeah.
just
just run me over.
Don't dent my car though, okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey guys, hey, can I get $1 or something? They're like, I want to get a sandwich.
It'll be like the it's all about like episode with the homeless people.
Uh,
Change,
change.
expression change.
I just want a sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, where? Just give me the money, man.
Oh my goodness.
Like not that kind of sandwich.
Yeah.
No, 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 no,
gross.
no.
Really. So the comic, one of the comics that came out this week was Batman: The Last Night on Earth.
Oh, okay.
So I just had some questions, like, so when where did he wake up at? That was it under the cave or where? Because he comes out from the desert. He comes out like through the sand. Like, where's he at?
Well,
Like,
it's
technically.
Gotham, but I
Uh-huh.
believe most of it's gone.
Oh,
It was
okay.
destroyed. So technically, like they were like in an underground bunker that was made to look like Arkham Asylum, but it probably was the cave.
So just Alfred was the one that was alive, or
So in there, it was Alfred, and he had like some technology to make himself look younger. And Bruce noticed that he was a lot younger than he should be. And then I think everybody else was a hologram. I
Mhm.
think.
I feel like he could have done like way better for the scenario, because in that scenario, like everything was all made up in his head. Like,
It's just here's a butterfly, man.
there's a butterfly. That's some weird shit.
How the fuck did we get a butterfly in here? Oh
Look,
no.
man, this is not like a well insulated place.
Well, apparently,
I mean, if you look behind you guys, it's like
it's
you
a
know.
Bulbasaur.
There's a
No, so back to the story, like he wakes up and then like the Joker's the doctor, and everybody around him like medical assistants or
like,
whatever.
yeah, like the
or
orderlies,
inmates.
other
Yeah.
people are like villains and stuff. Yeah.
So like, wait, you could have done a better job than that. Like, of course he's gonna find out something's wrong.
Mhm.
Well,
Like, he's
that's
Batman.
That's kind of cool. It's because Alfred wanted him just to be a regular person. He wanted him to believe it was all delusion, and that he was just like, okay, it's on his head. So like he'd ask him questions like, then how do I know all these languages? Like, oh, you went to the library, learned it yourself.
Yeah, but it's
How am I a
Batman.
good
He's not gonna
fighter?
believe it.
Yeah. I picked up the issue, but I haven't read it yet because I
I kind of
suck at
sped read
life.
it.
Yeah, I kind of suck at life.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
and then also all of the holograms were technically Alfred, because Alfred used to be an actor, so technically I guess he did like the facial expressions and everything for all the characters, but he used like the technology to make the hologram or whatever.
Okay.
That's what confused me. Then he somehow it goes up into like the desert. Then he finds like the Joker head still alive.
Yeah,
And random
okay, the
stuff.
Joker head is like a nod to Futurama. Has to be. It's like basically like a head in a jar.
Is he? But is he really there, or is he just like, or is Batman like imagining
So
him there?
crazy.
So you don't know that because he's a clone, right?
Okay, so yeah, it's implied towards the end, or not implied. It explicitly
Yeah.
stated that there's like a cloning device that basically clones Bruce Wayne.
And for every generation, he's a Batman. That's what you're saying.
I have a theory about the bad guy.
This a bad guy?
Yeah, Omega.
Oh yeah.
So there's a bad guy. His name's Omega, and basically he has control of the anti-life equation. So they said that Omega was a human from Gotham City,
It's Batman.
and then
Batman clone.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's the original Batman. So Wonder Woman at some point comes out in the book. For some reason she's wearing Dr. Fate's helmet.
Mhm.
And anyway, she says, "You destroyed the world. You know, Batman destroyed the world." And then she says, "Omega might be a disciple of Batman to kind of throw off the scent a little bit." But I'm thinking it probably is Batman himself.
Omega, he kind of looks like Darkseid, doesn't he?
Very much, yes.
Did he?
Yeah.
Shows for you?
Yeah.
Well, they showed Darkseid's head at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know if it didn't have a body though. Somebody was holding the head up.
Oh, okay.
So it could have been him, and somehow he defeated Darkseid and became Darkseid or something.
We'll
I don't
find
know.
out next issue.
Yeah.
It's only three.
Yeah.
Technically 3 issues, but it's 45 pages long.
Well, it comes out monthly, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a black label, so
Is it really?
It is Black
Oh, I didn't
Label,
know
but
that.
I didn't think
says
it was
something.
like any more gruesome or anything than anything else.
maybe it's just setting
There was
up
like
for
some
the next
death
one.
and some blood, but not really anything too crazy.
Mm.
Jose, you've actually read a lot of Snyder stuff, right?
Quite a few. Yeah, I wouldn't say I've read all of it, but I've read a couple of things.
From what you skimmed, do you see anything's being tied up or anything, or
I can't really say because I didn't skim enough. Like
okay.
I just went through like a couple of pages. But I didn't see anything that tied up to like the previous like
the Court of Owls or
Batman
anything,
stories.
nothing?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Maybe it's a standalone one.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like the end of his like run.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if you guys remember there was like a Detective Comics when they redid like 27 like a couple of years ago during the New 52.
Mm.
Okay, well they redid
Okay, you're
like
speaking to me like that guy in the comic books. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
okay.
about.
So they did one. It was I guess you could say it's like a Detective Comics 1000.
Uh-huh.
But they did like a reprint of the 27th one, and they retold the story, kind of like to a story that makes more sense because the original one didn't make any sense.
Okay, so you're saying in 1000 they did that. Okay.
Kind of like in 1000, but they redid Detective Comics number 27
Okay.
during the New 52 era. So they also did like a bunch of like little mini series or stories in that book. And one of them Scott Snyder did, and it was like Bruce Wayne waking up, and he's in the future, and he's like, "What the hell? Like, what's going on? Like, why?
Okay, so this
why
might
am I
be-
in the future?" So that's kind of where the idea came, and it stemmed that Batman, like he always wanted there to be a Batman like for the future.
Yes.
So he has clones.
So-
He has
Okay,
things set up
there's
to
this
clone
thing
up
called
himself.
like I think it was called the Cradle or something like that.
Mhm.
That was in this book too.
Okay. Yeah, so I think
Okay.
that might have been
Like,
where like the
callback to it
idea
then.
kind of stemmed
Okay.
from when they did that story, and then they went along with it and went fucking crazy with it.
So
And then-
Batman for the Beyond.
Kind of
Further beyond, I like
for
that.
the beyond or from the beyond.
From the beyond or further
Ooh,
beyond?
Both.
Both.
I think they both sound pretty catchy.
Yeah.
But I think this Batman looks like he might be like early 20s.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, and it's like it's like they have their own like bunker too.
Yeah.
So like whenever
Okay.
like a Batman dies or is about to die, they have it programmed for more of them to pop up whenever one dies.
In this story, it says that this one actually came out 2 years early. That's why Alfred did the whole Arkham Asylum thing. So he was trying to basically like tell him like, no, that was all a lie. It was all in your head. You're just some kid.
2 years early.
I know what you're talking about. Features in.
Was it
Batman features in. Because he's old. He's old and he's dying. And then like Alfred said, call him because he wants him to call Superman because him and Superman had like something happen and they don't speak. They're not friends no more. He was like, call him. He'll help you.
I didn't read all of that.
No, they break into Lex Luthor to get the
Cloning stuff?
cloning technology, whatever because he
okay.
perfected it.
Uh-huh.
Because that way he could clone a Batman because he always wanted Batman. Always to be a Batman
Like
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I remember I read that one. I have it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the New 52 features in.
That's
Was
pretty
it
cool.
the features in?
Yeah, features in.
And it was
One of the
the
issues.
3D cover, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, because I know Scott Snyder wrote that one.
yeah. Okay, then.
Did you read the whole thing?
Mm,
Or just that issue?
It's like a one shot.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
read the whole thing, and then I read all 3 volumes.
I
of the
still
story.
have them, but I haven't finished it.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty cool, especially with Terry McGinnis came out.
Mm,
And then Tim Drake ended up going to the feature instead.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
So
changed
he
a lot of
died?
stuff.
I think I have the issue where he dies. It's crazy.
but yeah,
So you guys want to go watch Godzilla the day, right? And
yeah,
then last week you guys want to watch Brightburn.
yeah.
So I haven't watched them yet, but feel free to tell me what I missed.
So for
Brightburn?
Godzilla,
Sorry, Brightburn.
Brightburn. Okay. Well, with Brightburn, it's pretty crazy. So so the way that I thought the story was gonna go, it was typical Superman story,
Mhm.
and then he was gonna just grow up just bad out of nowhere, just like go through like puberty and be like, how every kid, like, they go through that rebellious phase.
Yeah, they have.
That's what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I thought it was gonna be him going through his rebellious phase, but it wasn't like that at all. Like, so they have like a good relationship, the family,
Mhm.
and he's like a good kid, and then out of nowhere, I think once
He's
he turns
13.
the spaceship that he came in
Mhm.
like starts like activating, and it's like sending like
Signals or messages to him, like it starts awakening. He has program. He's programmed, so he starts waking.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
it starts telling him, like in what his name goes,
In his
takes the
language.
world. It tells him repeatedly, take the world.
so
Take
he's
the
he's
world.
picking up like the words. Like,
yeah,
one of the words was, I don't know what language, and then it was like take. He's
Yeah,
like take
take what?
and then it says the world, and he's like take the world, and so that's kind of like triggering him.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
the ship is doing it.
So then he starts going like crazy.
So it's kind of like Goku,
Yeah.
yeah,
because
Yeah,
Goku
yeah.
was supposed to like be sent there to conquer the world, but then he got hit on the head when he was a kid.
yeah. He got
And he
hit.
became a good guy.
Then they dropped him, and he fell on his head.
Super simple now.
Yeah.
So basically, the story is a Superman story, but it's just that ship is telling him, "Hey, take the world. You're a conqueror.
Mhm.
You have to destroy everybody."
You know, that reminds me of Image Comics. Robert Kirkman, he's the guy who writes The Walking Dead. He
Mhm.
wrote his own superhero book. It's called Invincible. Well,
Mhm.
the first 6 issues, it really seems like this kid's Superman too, but his dad's also Superman. And his dad's like a superhero.
Mhm.
And then, like, in issue, I think 6, his dad's like, yeah, we're not here to save the world. We're here to conquer it.
Oh shit.
So at that point, like, he'd already been raised as a human and stuff.
Mhm.
And he was like, no, we're not going to conquer anything. So he, like, fights with his dad and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
kind of similar to that,
Yeah.
And then eventually his dad has changed of heart. And then, but they're called crap, I forgot the name, but Voltramites, something like that.
Mhm.
Basically, all of them, they go to other planets and they conquer them. And that was his dad was
Oh.
supposed to do. His dad was supposed to go in there, reproduce kids, and then take over the world. But his son was
Oh.
like, nah, we're not doing that.
No, not this one. They
Yeah.
straight out. He takes over because part of the story, as the story progresses, the program starts taking over him more and more,
Mhm.
and so like he starts killing people. But there's a reason why he's killing people. One of them finds out his secret. He goes, "Don't tell my parents." No, I'm gonna have to tell your parents. Don't tell
Wonder
my
Woman?
parents.
Or
Huh?
a woman?
No,
just
it
a
was,
kid.
it was just
It was,
a
a
woman?
it was a girl, right?
no. I'm talking about the uncle. That gets,
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
the uncle finds out about him. He's like, no, don't tell my parents. I'm gonna have to tell your parents. So he's driving, and then he's driving along the road, and he's there. He flips over the car, and he drops the car down, and like he cracks his mouth's
His
all
jaw.
cracked,
His
jaw's
jaw.
all cracked out.
So like the steering wheel landed
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and it like fucked up his
Hey, that
whole
happened
jaw.
to me as a kid. I busted my lip, actually, but I didn't break my jaw.
And this is a horror movie, so that should look
Wait, so
graphic,
I was going to ask that. Like, how
It's-
does this
yeah.
do as a horror movie?
It's more of a horror movie.
horror thriller. Like it
yeah.
gets you some parts.
It's okay for what it is. It's okay.
I'm probably going to redbox it because I'm trying to save some money here.
So the dad finds out that he killed his best friend, the dude that was driving.
Uh-huh.
He was like, we should have done something about this. Like he never bled, he never cried as a child. Like he's a monster. No, the wife goes, he's our son. We love him. No, he's a monster. And then like he's looking through the pictures and the album stuff, and he decides, I want to take him camping. You know what I mean? I want to get back to where we were. I want to have our bond again. So he takes him camping,
Yeah.
just him and the
father.
son,
Yeah.
and they're out hunting. And he gets his gun and he shoots him in the head. Pa!
The back of the head.
Back of the head. He turns like he said he thought he killed him. No, you fucked
Yeah.
up.
He's
'Cause
like,
he's invincible. And he turns around and he starts running. The dad starts running. The son chases after him like flying.
he's
he
like
gets
hunting
him.
the dad.
He
Oh,
gets him. He pushes
damn.
him on the ground. And he hit visions like his
His
skull.
head
Like,
in.
yeah.
He
kills the
visions.
dad.
Bah. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's pretty good. It's a good.
That
it's a
makes me
solid story.
wonder if the dad take him camping or just away from the ship in general, how that would have turned
Oh,
out.
he's
He
gonna,
tried.
he's gonna kill him. He was gonna kill him regardless
Yeah.
because he's too strong. Like he's he's Superman. It's fucking crazy.
See, that's where it diverges. Because if he would have stuck up, I would understand. Like, you made a mistake. It's not your fault. You kept loving him. He probably would have turned out good. But they turned against him.
Yeah,
That's what
you don't
that's what
shoot
set him over.
Superman in the back of
Yeah,
the
that's
head,
what set him over. Same thing with the wife. Like the wife tried to kill him too. Like at the end, she gets a part of the ship
Spoiler.
because the ship is the only thing that could hurt him.
Yeah.
She gets it. She hides like a little piece of like a shard, and she goes, "It's not your fault. I still love you." Like he embraced him. They gave him a hug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thought it's gonna be all good. She
Then
pulls out the
gets
thing.
Yeah,
she's
the
about to
knife-
stab him. She's about to stab him.
She's about to stab him with a sharp piece of the ship, and
the
it's-
back?
she like catches him.
Yeah.
Like he did basically the Lewis Lane from Injustice.
he
Okay.
drags her up.
He
to the
drags
sky,
her up to the
Oh.
sky,
and he drops her.
but he just like drops her
Yeah.
and just splat.
Yeah,
Damn.
like if they would have kept like, oh, it's
Just-
okay, it's not your fault, like kept trying to
Yeah.
like love him, but no, they didn't. That's what set him
At
off.
some
like,
point, they were just
yeah.
like, "This is a monster."
yeah,
He
it's a
dropped-
monster. So they try to
just-
kill him. Like,
Yeah,
what do
man.
you think is gonna
And
happen?
then they try to be funny. It goes like,
Yeah.
like that.
So that was the end of the movie. I didn't. At the end, they show like a little extra scene credit, whatever.
Oh yeah, just like it wasn't a post credit. It was just like
Yeah, little
like
video clips.
during the ending sequence during the
Mhm.
credits.
They had
not
like news
post-credit, but
reels,
during.
like, oh, what's his being? It's all fake. Why is he like flying, destroying buildings? They go. Then they talked about like a woman, like a witch. She had like a rope and stuff. She's getting people to like do stuff. And there's like a guy in the water, like a merman.
Mhm.
So it's basically talking about the Justice League, the evil version of the Justice League.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't
for
notice
some
that?
reason, I didn't pay
They
attention.
had like six. They had like 6 different panels, and it showed like a woman, like a merman,
Mm-hmm.
a Batman, a Flash, and the other ones.
Oh wow,
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I didn't catch it. Oh,
So
it's
my
interesting.
girlfriend was at Barnes and Noble, and she wanted to see if this was a book. So apparently, this is based off of Alan Moore's Miracle Man. So it is a DC owned like,
Oh,
kind
okay.
of comic. I've never read Miracle Man before.
I have the first 1 or 2 issues too, but I think I read it, but it didn't really catch my attention too much because I was like, supposedly I think that's one of like the first Supermen, like before Superman or something like that. Like there was something close to it, but Superman was like the first one to take off.
You just reminded me of something. So Doomsday Clock came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
It was epic, guys.
Tell me, because I was reading on the thing. They said
Yeah, that one.
Dr. Manhattan changed Superman's history, right?
Well, actually,
Like what actually happened?
that part wasn't clear. So you know how there's always reboots, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's Every
So
couple years.
basically, Dr. Manhattan, he arrived in like the world like the same year that Superman did, essentially. So he arrived into the world that same year,
Mhm.
and then he was having a hard time getting his bearings, because he can usually see forwards and backwards in time. He can be basically everywhere at once. Well, for some reason, Superman's start point on Earth kept changing over and over again. So like you know how he originally came out in the 30s, and then they came out like they released issues like number 1 or whatever like certain times. Basically, he kept saying Superman was here, now he's gone, now he's young again, and that kind of stuff.
So on that point, on that note, so with Superman and Batman, they have like surrounding them, they have like cosmic entity around them because Superman has Mr. Mixpixel. He's like a fifth dimension. So does Batman, but they have like
that might.
but they have like all these like extra dimensional beings around them. They're always influencing their
Mhm.
like their history and stuff. So yeah, that's like one of the main reasons why he keeps resetting. Like a lot of these
It could
cosmic
be.
entities keep resetting because they're focal points for the DC universe. Those 3: Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, the Trinity.
Yes. This one is centering around Superman,
Mm-hmm.
but in kind of the same way you're saying.
Yeah,
But Mr. Manhattan, I don't think he himself is making the changes. But at some point,
he's noticing it, right?
Yeah, he was noticing it, and he got kind of tired of waiting for Superman, so he started changing things himself.
Mhm.
So he actually, like, he went to the origin of certain superheroes, and he basically killed them, like at the origin, and took their stuff. Like, Alan Scott is supposed to be the original Green Lantern,
Mhm.
and he was supposed to be on a train holding the lantern, and then he doesn't die. Everyone else does when the train crashes. Well, Dr. Manhattan goes back and he makes sure he's not touching it, so he takes the lamp for himself. So a lot of that happens, and then in Teen Titans, before Wally West came back, there was this whole like I don't know how I was gone kind of thing. Well, it actually shows him attacking Dr. Manhattan in the past and saying, "Hey, you're messing with the timeline, this, that, and the other," and like he swats him away, kind of deal. He kind of like erases him a
That's
little
why
bit.
he okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I might wanna
remember
pick
when he
that up.
came back in or I don't know if you guys read Teen Titans,
I did.
but he mentions Manhattan, you know?
Yeah,
and they
because the
thought
prelude.
he
It was
meant
the
New York.
prelude
Yeah.
to a rebirth.
This
Oh no,
was
the
on
road
Rebirth.
to rebirth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the
This
next volume after rebirth.
Oh,
And then
I thought it was just rebirth. That rebirth.
have you
storyline.
guys
I think it
read?
was
I
that.
think it was called The Price.
I think you read it. The
So
Batman.
remember there was the button, right?
yeah, the
Mhm.
Batman, the Flash
Which is
crossover.
great.
Mhm.
And then there was supposed to be another one called The Price.
Mhm.
And there was like it looked like a woman with like a Superman cape, like basically floating above them. They're like both beat
I
up.
thought that was Gotham Girl.
No,
I don't know who it was, but I never read it. I want to read
You
it now.
had it. You have it.
Is
You-
it the
you
same
picked
one?
it up.
It's supposed to be a tie-in to all this stuff too.
It came out this year.
But there's only 2 issues left of Doomsday Clock, and it's pretty cool. But something you guys probably don't know because you guys stopped reading it. In the last couple issues, it's focused on Dr. Manhattan and him basically saying, I can only see up to a certain point, and after that, everything's gone. And the thing goes, did Superman kill me, or did I kill everyone? That's the question he wants answered. Did I kill Superman, or did he kill me? So in an earlier issue, he actually attacked Superman. He left him like in the hospital. Like he attacked him, and the superheroes recognized the attack was from Mars, and all of them went to Mars to go fight him, and then they're not doing really well.
Well,
They are not doing well.
Yeah.
But basically, right now, he's engaged in that fight while simultaneously like going back and forth in time to like different points. It's pretty cool.
I have like issues 1 through 8 of
5 or
these.
6.
1 through somewhere around there.
Now, at some point, I would like to have one of the comic book store owners, Mike, on this show if we can, and let's talk to him about the first couple Doomsday Clocks because we didn't really get it.
I didn't.
He did.
Oh.
I mean, I kept reading it because I figured at some point it would pick up, and I'm at that point, but I don't know what I missed in the previous stuff, so maybe he can give us like the rundown on that.
Well, it was kind of slow starting up. That's why I dropped off.
And it was a really slow
It
start,
was-
like super slow. And then when we realized it wasn't the correct time, we were kind of like, "What the heck?" But they might address that.
The problem with this one is that they postpone it a lot, don't they? Like they'll
Twice.
a long
It's
time.
once every 2 months.
Yeah,
That's a long time to wait.
Yeah, to
that's
forget
too
because it
long,
started
man.
off last year. Last beginning of last year.
I think maybe beginning last year
Yeah.
or even before that. Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It has been a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was hyped up so bad.
And when there's like a shitload of like other comics that you're reading in between, you kind of get lost, and
You forget.
the only way I could do this is if
You have to reread it, huh?
I either have to go through I either have to buy the hardcover or paperback,
Read it all together.
and read it all together. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get it because it's just way too long. And then there's like other stories in between that are really good. And then
Yeah,
I'm
there
like,
are.
wait a minute, I gotta go back into this.
What's
one
going
again.
on? I
Yeah.
did that with I don't know if you guys heard of Wildstorm, but that came out like almost 2 years ago.
Mhm.
They wanted to reboot it,
Yeah.
and they wanted to do it in 24 issues. So we're at issue 22 or 23 now.
Mhm.
I thought it was actually really good. But I read the first couple issues, and then once I got the rest of them, I started rereading the whole thing, and it's starting to make more sense to me now.
It was an Image Comics, right? That Jim Lee owned.
I think it might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's DC.
Yeah, because it's still of like Jim Lee's
Mhm.
also as well.
All right, see, what about Godzilla, guys?
What about the what?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Oh,
Also,
Godzilla
we
was
went
awesome.
to watch Godzilla
So-
on Friday.
So I was extremely tired that day when I went to watch it, so I like fell asleep like a good 3 times. Not because it was boring, but because I was just tired, and I was like, "Oh shit, setup." Okay. And then I would wake up like as soon as like I heard like that, like the crazy
Godzilla's
Godzilla. Like,
crying.
okay, it's gonna get good.
Like it's about to fight.
yeah.
So compare from this movie to the last Godzilla movie. So the last Godzilla movie, I didn't really hate
slow.
it. No, it was slow. It's just that every time there was gonna be a fight scene, they
It-
cut off
they cut
somewhere.
off, yeah.
They always cut off. They would show like, oh shit, it's about to fight. Nope,
They're
cut
teasing
off.
it basically.
Till the end.
Teasing,
Not with this one.
teasing.
Not with this one. With this one, they straight out they showed all the action scene. Like if he's gonna fight Ghidorah, he's fighting Ghidorah. They're not gonna cut off anywhere. He's fighting Ghidorah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I thought they were gonna overdo it because like they showed like the at the very beginning of the movie they showed like when they bring back like the first creature, right? And then then they show Godzilla, and then something happens that they're like, well, there's some more, and they're like, how many more? And they're like, well,
17
there's 17
and counting.
and counting.
Oh,
And I was
God.
like, oh fuck! Like,
How many
are
did
they
they end up
gonna-"
showing?
They ended
The
up
main-
showing a shitload,
Yeah,
but
but the main ones
but-
that were there were Ghidorah, Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan.
I think those were it.
What's the
those four-
three-headed one? Did they have that one too?
That's King Ghidorah, the three-headed
King
dragon.
Ghidorah? Okay.
Yeah.
Did they have Destroyer?
Which one?
No,
Destroyer?
no, he did a cameo, but he's not. They're not like in main.
They didn't have
main-
all of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
those were the main fighters.
But yeah, for as much monsters that they had, it actually I didn't feel like they overdid it. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like,
That's good.
and they also did a pretty solid explanation as to why there's so many of those and why,
Why now?
not necessarily why now, but like why it's important to have those monsters because of the radiation that they
Mhm.
leave. Because basically, it's kind of like the human population. We're basically destroying the world with
Hell
like
yeah, we are.
The
just
environment,
with the
everything.
environment,
Yeah, to the environment.
overpopulation, and
Mhm.
all that good shit. So that's why those creatures exist. So they come and they,
They soak up
they
the
They're-
wipe.
radiation.
No, they're national. They're not national. They're
Nature.
Natural. They're natural disasters. After a disaster goes by, like life starts coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a forest fire. After the fire's gone, life's like it starts rebuilding
Yeah.
again.
Forest fires are actually a central part of life.
So after the kaijus they leave, their radiation like it makes like new life comes out, like plant and everything
Mhm.
starts
Okay.
growing. So that's what they're there for.
So they're there to like wipe out.
I've read a Godzilla book like that before, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that was kind of their purpose, to like destroy like the life form, so that they could restart a new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Then they go back to sleep after that.
yeah, but people had their hands on this this alpha sound wave
Mhm.
to kind of try to control them, right? So on one of them, they try to use the alpha. So you know what an alpha does? It like puts everything, like all the
Everybody
Betas in
follows him.
check,
Everybody
you
follows
know?
him. The leader.
Yeah.
so it's like a pack leader. So that's
Yeah.
basically what they're doing with those sound waves. They're sending the sound
They're like,
wave.
I'm in charge. This is what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, this is the alpha wave, and what I say kind of goes, and that's kind of like the premise of how they're trying to control these monsters.
But they fucked up.
They fuck up at one point.
They
course they do.
released King Ghidorah.
Mhm.
King Ghidorah, he's an alpha, he's an alpha predator, just like Godzilla. But he's not from this. He's not from this earth.
Yeah,
Because because they find out from one of the ancient stories that this
Through, like, the
he fell down from the
hieroglyphs.
sky.
Mhm.
He fell down from the sky, and then he's not part of the natural
order.
Yeah, the natural order. So he wants to reshape the whole earth. He wants to destroy it, reshape it to his liking. So all the monsters follow him instead of Godzilla. He beats Godzilla. So
Yeah.
he's the
So
new
that
alpha
now,
now.
now he's
He's
the
the
new
alpha.
alpha.
Yeah,
So they did a pretty good job telling that story. Like I was telling Kong that I felt like it was because at one point they had like this weird fucking like mastodon looking
yeah, but
thing,
that's
and I
what
was
he
like,
did. Yeah.
really, like a mastodon monster? Like that's a fucking thing? Like
Hey, there's a lot of
Hey,
monsters in
man.
that universe,
I
in
was
that
like-
kaiju
I
universe.
was like, what is this fucking Power Rangers? Like we just started calling all of them out. Kong was like,
Triceratops.
exactly, and Kong was like, you know what? We're gonna be able to control Godzilla with our
With the
Dragon
flute,
Ball.
dagger.
the
the
dagger.
dagger.
Like, no.
So, question, because this was not my question. It's not an original question, but I saw on the internet. Do humans have a place in monster movies like this?
Well, they kind of needed to kind of like explain everything.
Explain
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Was there like a
otherwise-
lot of talking?
Yeah.
Just certain scenes where you need to know information, they do talk, like,
Yeah.
but other scenes, like, not really that much.
yeah. It's 50-50.
So you think he was part of the story? He needed to be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Again, another movie that I would probably like Redbox. I don't think I would watch it a second time.
I want to watch it with my nephew, so I'm probably gonna take him
Yeah.
to the theater.
That'd be good.
He
Yeah.
loves Godzilla. We've seen the first one together many times, and he's actually very patient. That's a slow movie.
Just make sure he doesn't
Really
talk.
slow.
Make sure he doesn't talk a lot during it,
As long as he doesn't watch it before me, he'll expose things.
or do it when there's like nobody. Excuse me, when there's nobody there.
Yeah, because I was watching Coco with him, and he'd be like, "This is where the guy dies." I'm just like, "He's the bad guy." I'm like, "What the hell?" Like, he would
Shut
tell
up.
me everything before it happened. I'm like, "Look, man, I haven't
Stop.
seen this yet." Like,
Exactly.
Like, shut up before I hit you. No, Theo.
No, Theo,
I would
no,
never hit
not
him.
again.
I will hit him for you.
so how hyped are you guys for Comic Con?
Oh man, I'm waiting. We're like what? How many days out? Like 40 something
48
days
days,
out.
48, 49
Man,
days.
I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be there.
So far, the thing I'm most excited for is the Dragon Ball Z exclusives from Bluefin.
This has been pretty good.
They've been awesome.
Yeah,
Gotta go cool black.
yeah. The Goku Black. I was really hoping the Gogeta would be, like a moving one, but it's one of
Yeah,
the zeros.
Sorry, yeah, it's a statue.
Yeah, so it's a statue. So
Statue
that was a
Liberty.
bummer. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about the gold Frieza. I don't think I'm gonna get the gold Frieza.
I don't know either. I have a lot of the smaller ones, and I have
Mhm.
like complete sets already.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones I'm missing are like Bardock and
Okay.
like the old Broly.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they release more of those. I haven't seen a new one of those in a while.
Yeah, so they showed that. They also showed the NECA. They
They always have really cool stuff. It's
so
super
this year
expensive.
they're having it's not bad. It's $60 and it's 7-inch figures, and it's the Batman and Predator from the Batman Predator comics,
That's kind of cool.
and,
okay.
and they're also having the Superman and Alien. So
I actually
was like,
read some of those crossovers,
Uh-huh.
and like
I never read them.
they were they're terrible. Not that terrible. Like you can read them, you know.
They're bearable.
Well, actually, ironically, Predator did really well when it was Archie versus Predator. They're actually
What
making
the fuck?
Yeah, dude. So I've never really read Archie stuff, but they did like a zombie version of Archie, which is actually really good.
Yeah.
And they actually it basically pays homage to like Pet Cemetery and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
They have a so again they did Archie versus Predator.
Uh-huh.
I think they did Archie and Aliens, I think too as well. But you know, our comic book store guy Josh,
Yeah.
he tells us it's solid stuff.
Okay.
So I've been looking for a trade back at the cons constantly. I haven't been able to find one.
We should do like a Mexican one. It'll be like
Archie meets Mexicans.
no, it'd be like Arturo meets Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. That'd be pretty good actually.
Arturo meets La Llorona.
So speaking of that, Jose's been coming up with like designs for like little figures for us, right? He's been drawing it. And I was like, hey, why do I look Asian and retarded? He
You
goes,
look perfect, guys. You
He
look
goes,
perfect.
He looked right like
He looked
it.
he goes,
perfect.
I look
Perfect
retarded
angry
and
face,
Asian.
too.
Like, you're Asian, you're retarded. He's like, no, I told him I want a sombrero, an eye patch, and a cape.
And you
I'm
actually
actually-
put the sombrero on the eye patch,
Yeah.
not the cape though.
I want the
Not
cape. I want the cape.
It's
That's
only
how
your
I'm gonna-
face. How is your face gonna have a cape?
Exactly.
No, on the cape, is just in the back.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
no, I
or
don't
or
know.
like a scarf.
a scarf. A Harry Potter one.
Yes,
Oh man.
but the eye patch and the sombrero, guys. Work on that.
Hey, did you guys hear that they're
Somewhat
gonna have
actors.
like that Disneyland's gonna have the Star Wars theme park open already? It opened earlier this week already, and then they're gonna have like what are they called, the lightsabers,
Mm-hmm.
like that you build your own one, kind of like the
Like
the
in the show,
Jedi's.
like with the crystals and everything.
Yeah. So like there,
That's
I
pretty
saw a video and one of the guys was like, "All right, on the count of 3, you guys turn it on. 1, 2, and 3," and like they turned it on and everybody's like on the tables turned on at the same time. It was pretty cool, man.
Did
I will-
they keep it or did they leave
no,
it?
yeah, it's for them.
much
You
is
know,
Did you pick the colors?
I think so.
What
Yeah.
color would you guys pick?
I would. Well, my favorite color is green, so I'd probably do green,
Magenta.
magenta.
God damn it, Kong. I was gonna do magenta.
Yeah.
All right,
Scarlet.
Fire red.
Scarlet. Like start saying like weird fucking colors.
Teal.
But that makes me
Amber.
wonder how much is it gonna cost? Because
I'll do
legit
$20.
like legit looking lightsabers, if you look for them online, are really expensive.
They look legit too, so I would spend no more than $20.
That's too far, nerds.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yes, you are. You
Nerd.
better-
Look, man,
you
we're
better
gonna
do
throw
it.
you in the trunk.
Yeah.
We're gonna take you to Disneyland, and we're gonna make lightsabers.
I'm gonna go in with like a Kong mask.
Can I
and
just
I'll
bring
be
a
like,
knife?
Huh?
Can I just bring a knife? Does that count? You
No.
use lightsaber. I use my knife. Like, who wins?
I don't know. Beat him over the head with the fucking lightsaber.
We had to knock him out
Motherfucker.
first.
Apparently, the lightsaber won against the knife fight.
So we like tackle him to the ground and just beat him with the lightsabers before he can stab us.
Just everybody just like
Yeah,
on the ground.
you can't stab all of us.
Exactly.
One of you. Who's gonna
I
be?
don't know. Throw the little kid in front of him
Uh,
with the Mickey Mouse ears. Get him, Billy.
The kid just like slobbered all over him.
He doesn't know what's going on.
He just starts crying and Kong stabs him.
it's terrible.
I would just stab a child, Kong.
Yeah. God damn it. But yeah, Comic-Con. Super excited for it. The only thing I need to start seeing now are the exclusive that like
I think that's towards July.
yeah.
I might skip.
We're in
I might
June,
skip
actually.
the comic books this year, the exclusives.
Mhm.
I might skip them.
Mm.
I have a lot of comic books. I thought I was gonna buy them to resell them. I haven't been able to sell a single one.
Huh.
I got extra copies. It's not going too well, guys.
Dang it.
I buy it for personal reasons.
I feel like if I went to a Comic Con, like a smaller one, and sold them myself, people would be like, "Oh, what's that?"
hmm
But online,
$25.
I can do it.
It depends. It depends on it just depends on the issue as well. But yeah, I'm excited. Like I'm excited for the road. I'm excited for if we get any stories. I'm gonna have to put myself in situations so we get some like funny stories.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
That means
Put
I'm
yourself
gonna-
in situations.
It means I'm gonna try to
Jose,
fight.
like, don't
Hey,
walk
I'm
down
gonna
that alley.
try to
Don't
I'm gonna
walk
try,
down that alley.
I'm gonna
Now,
have
did
to,
we ever talk about that story? Our first, we were at Comic Con. Did we ever talk about that? Not the
No.
first Comic Con. We went inside, but like our first year at San Diego,
Oh,
just
yeah.
walking around. Did we ever tell that story?
No.
How much money did you guys spend just to go see it?
Dude, so
About 300.
Oh, damn.
It was like
That's a lot of money.
150 a night for the hotel.
Oh,
okay.
go.
So we had planned we had never gone to Comic-Con before, right? So then what we ended up doing was we kept hearing news like, oh my god, they're gonna announce this during Comic-Con, and we're like, fuck, dude, we gotta go. We had already requested the days, but for some reason we decided not to go, and we're like, fuck, man, we should have gone. And we're like, when we kept on looking at things like on
hotels.
Instagram,
We kept looking at them, looking at the hotels for a while.
But the news that were coming
Yeah.
up
Oh,
like
you
on
were looking at
Facebook,
hotels, eh?
yeah. And then we're like, all right, cool. So like, dude, we gotta go. We're like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. And it was like 6 p.m. or something like that. And then we decided to head to San Diego, right?
What the hell's wrong with you guys?
We
does
somehow
that?
somehow in our
Yeah.
dumb mind we figured out, oh, we'll be able to sneak in. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Wait, did you guys know that the badges were all like random lottery?
no, we didn't know anything. Like, we had no idea how it worked.
You think you were
because-
gonna go there and buy badges?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically
This was a year before they had the
RFID.
it was just a regular, like, you could print out your own shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
So we're like, okay, we'll be able to get in, no problem. So we didn't know how tight security was over there.
Oh, it's,
you know,
Legit, right?
Yeah,
legit
legit.
strict.
And for as last minute as we did everything, I'm surprised that we actually managed to get a hotel.
a good hotel.
We got a hotel like the day of,
Yeah.
and
I
then
figured everything would be booked by then.
yeah, and it was like a really good spot because like the trolley was just like a block away.
It was right up behind the hotel, like right there.
Kind of, yeah. You just
Yeah.
cross the street and it's like
what's up.
right there. So and free breakfast too.
Yeah.
And anyways, so then we go, all right, Colin, let's go check it out. We went and we checked it out. You know, they usually have stuff outside that we could like look at and
They
stuff.
did, dude. They closed
they-
down all downtown. So
You
yeah.
always have free stuff out there too.
And they did, and and it was cool, but we wanted to fucking get
Go
inside.
inside.
So,
yeah.
so we're walking down one of the freaking roads right on
Yeah.
Main Street because they blocked it off. You could walk.
Yeah.
As we're walking, we walk by this old shady white guy. He goes, "Hey, you got one Comic-Con tickets?"
I mean, but he looked like he was like a tweaker, like bum kind of guy. He's
Like,
like
as shady as it gets.
like as shady as
Yeah.
fucking. He's like, hey, you guys want to buy some tickets?
And
I was about to
instead he
turn
tells you-
around.
He gives you meth.
And then we.
I was about to turn around and say, "Yeah, Jose," but Jose.
Hey, you guys want some? That's how you know it's not real when he says you guys want to buy some Comic-Con tickets, like they're badges, Anyways, so we, so he tells it to me, and Kong just like doesn't really talk to him. He's like, "Nah, I'm okay." And then we keep walking. He's like, "Wait, did he say we wanted Comic-Con tickets?" I was like,
"Let's go."
I was like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "Dude, let's go back." I'm like, "We're not going back. What's wrong with you?" He's like, "No, man, we
can
can
get
get the tickets, dude. We can get the
go."
tickets." I'm like, "We're not gonna
You
get
have
no
to pay this
fucking
guy hella
badges."
money to go get you tickets and he never comes
Exactly.
back.
He's gonna get our money and fucking stab us or something.
Or
He
like,
probably figures I'm gonna like scam some nerds.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was. At least that's what I think. I think he was trying to do that. So yeah, no, fuck that. Last thing you know, he's like, "Yeah, just follow me over here." He's like, "Hey, your friend has a pretty mouth." It's like, no.
Thank you.
Like, let me see the badges first.
Oh, it's in my pants. Let me get it real
It's in my
quick.
front pocket.
Come more close. I have to show you. Nobody else can see it.
I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like,
I was like, "Jose, we almost got tickets, bro." He goes, "We almost got raped."
and Kong was
Kidnapped.
pissed too. He was mad. He's like, "We could have got fucking tickets." I'm like, "We could have got raped. That's what could have happened."
You could've got
Kidnapped or
AIDS.
something.
No,
Like, I
like
got AIDS, hepatitis, something.
exactly. And then
Or we
we're,
could have got tickets.
when we went through
One
the,
of those two. One of those two.
we kept arguing like because we went from like the gaslight district to the back of like the convention, and he wouldn't let go. He's like, "We could have gotten tickets." I was like, "All right, that's
Even-
it."
I feel like in his mind he believed like
I
there's a-
believed. I still believed. I still believed.
He did. He thought he was gonna get tickets, but then it was funny because we're like, "Hey Kong, imagine if you like actually did get the tickets, but only one of us could go in like at a time." Because we're at the back, they have like the yachts and stuff.
Mhm.
Kong doesn't know how to swim, so if he has like the badges, I'd like push him in, and then
Or maybe you just jump in the water and swim away from him.
no, I just push him in the water while he has the badge, and I'll be like, "Dude, just pass me your lanyard." Like, "No, take my hand." No, dude, the lanyard.
Lanyard.
Pass me the lanyard right now. He's like, "Dude, that's fucked up." I'm like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to get into Comic
I'll
Con."
pull you up by the lanyard.
Exactly.
I can't reach you. I can't reach you.
No, dude, I can't reach. Just throw the lanyard and hold on to it.
And he just snatched it out of his hands.
That's mine.
So that's
Yeah.
our first year
Yeah,
at
Titanic
Comic Con.
moment.
Yeah, but it was kind of like good. It was good that we went that year because that way we kind of knew what to expect, and like, okay,
it-
we do need to find somewhere close to a trolley because it's gonna drop us off right there. You
Mhm.
know?
And see, that makes me glad that I went with you guys, and you guys already had experience going, because like I don't think I could have figured that out. Or I
Yeah.
didn't want to anyway.
Yeah. Oh, and another tip. So if you guys ever go to like conventions, make sure you guys download like the apps for like the fast food places. So like I don't know if Carl's Jr. has an app, but I know Burger King does. So you'll get like deals for sure. Like you'll
Yeah.
get like, you know, like
So
'Cause
2
everything's
burgers for
expensive
$2
over
or
there.
at the
some
next
shit.
con, I'm not gonna eat out. Period. I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring my own food.
Where are you gonna
That's-
keep it? We don't have a fridge
I
in
will
her
make
hotel.
a
It's the same
fridge.
hotel.
I will make a fridge.
It's the same hotel. There's no microwave either.
I will make a fridge.
There's
Good.
nothing but
What
like
else?
2 beds,
I will make a fridge.
TV, and like a
Hey,
shower.
they have an ice machine. If we take a cooler, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
just gotta empty it here and
just
there.
buy like a portable disposable little ice chest.
Nah, I got a plastic one. It's small too.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
take some sandwich meat, some bread. I'll be fine. Well, I'll be
Yeah.
fine. I don't know about you guys.
Well, we're eating dirty.
Remember
over
last
there.
time when we went to WonderCon? You're like, did we come to the WonderCon or to eat?
Yeah.
To eat.
Because we spent hella money on food.
Yeah. But it's part of it.
That
Yeah.
casually said it's part of it.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. Should we wrap this episode up, guys? All right. Well, this has been another episode of Just Kidding, man. We're out.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.